Hi girls and guys, welcome back to the channel. You join me in a very messy workshop, but putting that to one side, we've got a lovely Volvo C30 R design in for a nice little modification. I mean, I'm not really a tank fan. I love Volvos for the safety, but I like this one. So this is a C30R design. We have got it in for some Eibach springs. Ignore this major mess, I don't want to go there. So we're going to reduce the arch gap. I'm not sure what these lower it down to. Unlike the Golf R, which is only a 10mm drop, I don't know what this is going to reduce it to. But this is the joy of the game. Let's bring it down to earth a little bit. I mean, it's going to look quite easy. Firstly, big shout out to the customer. Thank you for leaving me the locking nut on the passenger seat. Beautiful. So it's got this strap brace. We'll call it a strap brace, doesn't look like one. And there's 313s there. I don't know what we've got lying underneath. Don't know how the suspension setup is on this car, but that's the beauty of mechanics. Let's find out. I was gonna say something, huh? So let's lower this car. So looking at it, it does mainly look kind of like a Ford type of setup, I think. Which, yeah, isn't bad. Just makes life a little bit easier. It does look like a Ford ST. Yeah, it looks like a Focus ST a little bit. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't know why I know that from just looking at certain bits, but that's what we do. So that's the front. Now let's have a little look at the back, see what we got going on here. Okay, so the back's looking fairly easy. It looks like just one bolt at the back, and we can have that out. Simply lovely. Do we do the rear first? Do we make our life easy, or do we go hard and then easy? Well, it's a Tuesday. Let's go easy then hard. Well, nice and easy on the back. I've just undone this 15. I thought I had to undo the bolt for the shocker, which is round here, but you don't. The whole hub will come out. The problem is, the anti-roll bar seems to be stopping me from taking it down all the way, but there's not too much tension on this spring, so if I just let this down a little bit more. Yeah, there's not a lot of tension on that spring. I'll just put a little lever in. Yeah, oh, there we go. I might actually be able to pop that spring out from there, but ideally, gonna need to loosen the anti-roll bar. I might actually disconnect the drop links just to give me more swing down, if you know what I mean. Yeah, let's do that. Well, that was a change of plans. I ended up having a look at it, thinking if I undid the other side, which I have done, it'll allow the roll bar to drop down equally, and I've got the spring out. So I'm going to get the other spring out now, because done one, might as well do two. So to show you how I actually did it, I just put this, there's a nice little gap on top of the bush there, and I can just get a little bit more push down, and then pop the spring out. It's a two-handed job, so you need one to push down, one to pull out. Both springs are out now, just matching up the Eibach springs, just seeing which way around they come out. So this was top to bottom, so it's got to go that way around. I hate it because the writing's not the right way around. I'm just going to double check that that is correct. Actually, can these go both ways? Let me just do some research, yeah? Okay, so we went with the supportive bits down. That's the way that it looked like it should be going. With this, had a little bit of an issue lining it up on this side. Wasn't as easy. I had to give it a little wiggle and a jiggle, but that is now in. Didn't need to take the drop link off. Result, now on to side two. All right, we're all on, we're marked up. You can't actually see the mark, where is it? We're all marked up with the security thing. They're all done up FT. Couldn't actually find a torque setting for that bolt, which is annoying. The other side's wheel is on this wheel, then we're moving to the front. All right, so we're on to the front. First things first, we're disconnecting the ABS sensor or wheel speed sensor. You're gonna take the drop link off, pop the brake pipe out. Then it's one bolt here, and then a few bolts up top. I don't know if this will come out from the hub, because I don't know if we're gonna have that much clearance up or down, but let's find out. This car is in really good condition because it's still got the original stickers. So we are starting with the left side, if anyone needed to know. Okay, D-link is out. That was a 15, and luckily we kept the 15 there because the pinch bolt is also a 15. I had to give it a few ins and outs with a lot more lube because I didn't like how it was undoing. I don't want to snap that. That is not going to be a good day. So now that's out, I'm going to put the spready boy at the back around here and see if I can get that out. I might have to undo the hub nut. Well, the hub bolt, sorry. That was very easy. So Spready Boy went in at the bottom, gave it a little quarter turn, just opened it up a little bit, and copper hammer, gave it a few little love donks there. Shocking, it's out, ready to come out. So now I've got to do the top. I'm gonna get both sides off and do both shocks all at the same time. Right, side 2, out. Now, let's do the top. Now to remove the very thin strut brace, I mean, I suppose they don't need to be chunky, but 13. One is a strut bolt, one is another bolt. Let me put this somewhere safe. Then we've got 17 and another 13, and then shocks will be out. Right, so she's all clamped up. It's 18 mil, and we're gonna go internal as well. I'm just gonna crack it off with the gun, and then we'll whip it out. Right, spring is off now to get the new one. So these are fairly self-explanatory. Big bit at the bottom, small bit at the top. Big bit at the bottom, small bit at the top. Right, Spready Boy's in at the back. That's gone through and lined up. Now I've used a jack with a block of wood because I just can't be bothered to manhandle it all the way up. Now while that's there, gonna put the pinch bolt in, just get a couple little turns. Now that's there, relieve Spready Boy. And we're gonna nip this up nice and tight. Again, 15 mil there, but I don't know where I put the socket. Right, strut brace is on 3 13s, and that was a 21 mil underneath there in case I haven't. So they're both on. Now it's shocks in the hubs, drop links, ABS sensor wires, wheels, road test. We are down to the ground. She's looking a bit better. I should have really measured it before and after, but it does look a little bit nicer. I mean, she is gonna settle as the days go on. Like, give it a few days, she'll come down a little bit more, but overall, looking quite nice. I love this colour at the moment. With the silver mirrors, this blue, really, really like it. It's similar to the BMW blue, isn't it? But yeah. Right, road test time. Fully wrapped it and, you know, testing out some new steering wheel wraps and stuff like that. So, get no dirt on the steering wheel. So now it's time for a road test. Okay, been for a nice road test. Volvo's driving lovely. Then leave it a few days before we get it back in for a wheel alignment. So for now, this one is done.